the day went, the participation of all the people here present, bishops and the other invited participants. It was encouraging indeed to see everyone engaging the process. I'm also very grateful to the panel and all the panelists who prepared well, especially the presentation of the final document in the morning. I think that was done, professionally, and it was a good presentation. So I'm hoping now that at least people have a sense of what this synod and synodality is, and also a sense of how we are to implement it. However, what remains to be done now is to see how we carry it forward. And probably this suggested, commission that would be, responsible for animating, supervising, encouraging this. If it is accepted by the bishops, that would be one way to take this thing forward. But at the end of the day, like the final document says, each local church must take responsibility. Each bishop must take responsibility for the implementation of this final document, and probably have, a team in each diocese that is responsible for this, which could link up then with the commission at the conference level, and then that commission would keep itself updated by keeping in contact with the secretariat in Rome. So we are just hoping that that is going to be accepted by the bishops, then that would be the way forward. The question of how we get the priests on board, that is critical. And one bishop now, as we're just having a private conversation, and the question is, how do you, excite them about it? It's not just to preach to them. How do you get them to be in that spirit? For now, that remains a question. We don't have the answer. But as I was saying to him, it's important that we stay with that question. So that's one big thing, how to bring our priests on board. But I think the other thing for me is we have structures already that exist. It's a question of how do we bring the synodality way of being and acting within those structures. Our PPCs, our sodalities, our presbyteral council, and so on. So, the ground is fertile for us to bring in synodality as far as those structures are concerned, so we could begin from there.
I am Father Ncedo Sewundla, the rector of the major seminary, St. John Mary Vianney, here in Pretoria, Waterkloof. It's wonderful, really. How I wish that I knew about this right from the beginning. It was my first experience. I'm very much excited about it. And I think that going forward, the methodology, I like the methodology of presentations and listening to one another and collaboration and so on. I think going forward, we shall take it as the seminary staff and see how we go forward. In as much as also it was highlighted by many presenters that priests need to be brought on board. So we can start here in the seminar, which is the foundation.
I'm Lorika Ngumalo. I'm the Archdiocesan Pastoral Council Secretary for the Archdiocese of Pretoria. I'm also the laity council representative of the Archdiocese of Pretoria at SACBC level. Also, I represented the Catholic women in the whole of South Africa at the South African Council of Churches. This is my first time experience attending a bishop's plenary session, and I have to say that it was very informative. One of the questions that were asked when we were doing our group discussions is about the participation of women. The church is doing its best to invite women to participate. One example of women participation is me, because I am here, I am participating, I am sitting among a group of bishops, and we're planning the way, mapping the way for the church, and it is very exciting that they are open to different perspectives and speaking in a synodal way, conversations in the spirit, involvement of different groups. It is something that we will take forward and do it synodally, in a synodal way, and also empower the laity, involve the laity in conversations, in activities, and also encouraging the laity to also do their part in terms of educating themselves about how the church works and how the church teaches about different experiences and perspectives.
My name is Zolile Mpambani. I am from the Archdiocese of Pretoria. I am part of the youth desk.
Hi everyone, my name is Naseho Zikali. I am also part of the SACBC Youth, and I am the current Interdiocesan Youth and Young Adults Chairperson, and I am from the Archdiocese of Johannesburg. On my side, I think what I've learned is that the church is there to listen to everyone, and the church wants everyone to participate in it, and the church as well wants to listen to each and every groups that we have in our all the groups that we have, all the age groups rather, one would say, and even the groups, whether you come from any ministry that has to do with what the church provides, especially the children's ministry. I think that's one of the ministry that touched me a lot, that we are not listening to these young ones, those who are aging from 8 to 12, and especially those ones that have received the first Holy Communion and they go towards confirmation phase. We are not listening to those ones.
I think the Synod on Synodality really calls us to use the digital space as a tool for us not only to share likes, to share things that we want to be known for or to be famous out of, but it calls us to use media, to use technology as a way of evangelizing, as a way of reaching out to those that are not really taken care of. And I think we were also given an example of Blessed Carlos Acutis, who used media to evangelize, to use media to reach out, to preach to other young people. And I think also as a young person, this is what one can take, that we are called to come together as young people, to use technology in a more fruitful way, in a more spiritual way, so that not only the church gains the heavens, but also those who are also not part of this family.